Good evening, VC. Dave here again. So this video is for Andrew from Tales from the Crate. He's got a challenge here to give 10 deep cuts. So I'm gonna do my best at this. This is kind of a tough one, but yeah, we're gonna dig right in here. So basically, you're giving a track off a album that maybe one that wasn't, on the radio or, had a video for, or, just, deep cuts. So first record, At the Drive-In, Relationship of Command, absolutely iconic album. This is, I'm not sure which pressing this is. It's a 21st chapter orange vinyl. It's, I think, an early reissue. Sounds absolutely amazing. Of course, the major track being One Arm Scissor, and then of course Invalid Litter Department, I think were the two major singles on this record. But for me, Invalid, that track is absolutely killer on this record, and has just really dark opening where this woman answers the phone and the guy's like, "Hello, Mother Leopard. I have your cub. You must protect him, but that will be expensive. 10,000 coconuts, wrapped in brown paper. Midnight, behind the box. I'll be the hyena, you'll see." It's just freaking crazy, and then just goes into this killer track. Man, yeah, this is an all-time album for me. This is way up there. But that would be a deep cut off that, and you can check that out, I'm sure, on YouTube. The next record, the record itself may be a deep cut from this group, Cave In. Most everybody was either into the Antenna deal from them, or the early heavier stuff, Until the Heart Stops. But I'm a real fan of this album. More of a, EP, I guess, 6 songs. Tides of Tomorrow, and this is the picture disc. Absolutely phenomenal. Plays amazing. And the two major tracks that came out off of this were the title track and then Come Into Your Own, which is a great song. For me, the deep cut on here would be Dark Driving, which is track 2. Cave In, of course, from Massachusetts. They opened for Foo Fighters when they had put out Antenna, and of course recently lost Caleb Scofield, their bass player, to a tragic car accident. So yeah, Dark Driving, what an amazing album. Great deep cut off of that one. The next record would be pretty much a New York supergroup that had got together for this one album, Handsome. This is on the Epic label from '97, and I think this is a 2013 reissue that I picked up. I have the original CD of this. This is Peter Mengate on guitar from Helmet, Tom Capone on guitar from Quicksand. Major track, of course, being Needles, the opening track that came out on this. For me, the last track would be the deep cut, Swimming. Just amazing driving song. Highly recommended. A lot of you guys know this album, but yeah, the track Swimming would be the deep cut for me on that. The next album I have here is Hormoning from Nirvana. This is a UK pressing. Found this in a little record store in Athens, Georgia, and don't know if this really qualifies as a deep cut, but D7, Dimension 7, that track, I have it on a B-side, on a single. I think this might be the only thing it was released on vinyl. I could be wrong, but yeah, what a badass song by Nirvana. D7, it's the third track on side 1. Hormoning. Next would be Queens of the Stone Age, Lullabies to Paralyze, and I've always felt like this was an underrated album from these guys. This is the Music on Vinyl reissue. Absolutely love this album. Of course, Little Sister was the big hit off of this, and I think Medication was a great track that was released off of this, possibly. But for me, the track right before Little Sister, I love that track In My Head. That would be the deep cut from this that I would offer. Just a real good Queens of the Stone Age groove on that track. Yeah, double album. Phenomenal. One I definitely recommend from their catalog. Next record, great band from New York, Quicksand, who's now back together. Manic Compression. This is an original promo copy on Revelation Records. Yeah, Delusional and Landmine Spring, Divorce were the major hits off this record back in the day. For me, the deep cut on here is East 3rd Street. It's one of my favorites of the genre. It's on side 2. Man, just absolutely killer track. Definitely check that out. East 3rd Street being the deep cut there. Keeping with the Quicksand theme, Walter Schreifels, lead singer, guitarist. Yeah, Rival Schools, United by Fate, the band he formed after Quicksand. This is an iconic freaking record, man. Of course, Everything Has Its Point, Used for Glue were the major hits off this record. For me, the song, the deep cut, Holding Sand, just real heavy, just a real great heavy groove on that track. It's a double album, so it's the last cut on side B off first record. Yeah, Rival Schools, United by Fate. I believe this is the 2013 audiophile mastered reissue. Great record. I believe that's on the Island label. Next record, well, this is the 10-inch box set that came out for Record Store Day years ago. Soundgarden. The singles, Super Unknown. And yeah, I've got all of these on CD singles when they were released back in the day. Every one of them in like maybe 3 formats: US, UK, Australian. I've got a retarded collection of Soundgarden CDs. It's like a whole section of my CD rack. And the deep cut here for me is the track off the Black Hole Sun 10-inch on here, Beyond the Wheel. It's a live version. Man, that track is probably the greatest Kim Thale riffage ever, in my opinion. Absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah, Beyond the Wheel from Ultra Mega OK. And on this 10-inch compilation. Absolutely love this. This was one of my favorite Record Store Day scores ever. And then the next record would be the classic Scattered, Smothered, and Covered from Unsane on Amphetamine Reptile. Of course, Unsane from New York. Hardcore rock here. And of course, the famous song Scrape with the greatest music video of all time, with the dudes wrecking themselves on skateboards into oblivion. Phenomenal track, but for me, the 7th track in, song called Blue, man, what a killer groove, killer, just fucking badass. So Blue, that would be the deep cut on that record. And then I think that's 9 records. The 10th, kind of throw a curveball in here. You got DJ Shadow, and of course all the the major hits off Introducing, everybody would go to, or some of the tracks off the Private Press. But for me, man, it all starts at the beginning, and that would be the track Lesson 4 from Shadow. Before you use DJ Shadow, this is a 12-inch white label promo on Hollywood Basic. On side B, you've got the Shadow remix of the Lifers group, Real Deal. But yeah, Lesson 4, where it all started. Deep cut from DJ Shadow. So that's my 10 deep cuts. I hope they fit the bill, Andrew, and hope you're well. Really enjoying your channel, man. Keep it up. Peace.